Wednesday comics again here. So, I'm going to review. Didn't get a lot of comics this week. My 8 comics, and I'm going to give you a little Amazon sort of dive beware. Oh, actually, let's start off with that. Let's start off with my little problem with Amazon today. So I got in the mail this Savage Dragon. I found a great deal for this copy. I got it for, this is volume 6. Now, I found this for $6.50, and I was super thrilled. Amazon claimed this was new. Now, if you take a look there, you can see that this is all bent. There's some funky dog ears here that look like it's been sitting on a shelf for like over a decade, and this book is over a decade old. Open it up, and the inside cover here, you can see clearly damage that's been sitting there for a long time. Front page is ripped, and you can see if you can see up close there, it's been ripped for a while. And then right here, also distorted and ripped. Back cover looks like damage that's been there for ages. So the idea that Amazon sent this to me as new is fucking disgusting. So just be really careful with Amazon. If it looks like it's too good to be true, it probably is. The sad thing is I could have got this through another retailer for just $1 more. Now I have to go through the goddamn hassle of printing out a goddamn stupid thing and sending this back to Amazon in the hopes that they'll send me a copy that's actually new. At this point, I'm not even sure what to do, if I should just go for a refund and go with the other company, because if I got this through any other buyer than Amazon, they would have just told me I can keep it. I've had this happen numerous times. You send me a shitty copy, you didn't advertise it as it was supposed to be, you know, this should have been advertised as shelf-worn, used copy. But, yeah, fuck you, Amazon. So, all Amazon bitching aside, I'm going to start off and not start with the single issues. This just came out today, man. Now, this is the Project Superpowers Omnibus, and I want to show you something. Not only does this have in it the Project Superpowers Chapter 1, 0 through 7, Project Superpowers Chapter 0, 0 through 12. It also has the never-before collected Superpowers Wizard Half Edition, and 80 pages of bonus material. This is, like, I love this stuff, and perfect timing because they just came out with a little while ago the new Project Superpowers book. Go to your comic store, get them. They're selling it for 10 cents, basically 15, maybe 20 cents in Canada here. Absolutely worth your dollar. This volume, amazing. And oh, the best part, I don't know if you can see that there, it's $39.99 for this big bad boy. $40. You kidding me? And let me just quickly show you some of the end bits here. You've got basically this much of the volume. All of this from this point on is extras, and beautiful extras. This stuff, all this brilliant Alex Ross designs of these public domain characters. Just brilliant, brilliant stuff. And just as an aside, if you're a budding comic creator and you need a bunch of golden age characters, public domain. All these guys are characters any of you can use. Any of us. This is owned by all of us. Public fucking domain. I love this shit. I don't understand why HeroClix actually hasn't made a bunch of public domain superhero characters yet. Project Superpowers. Absolutely fantastic. And I might add, the last superhero thing I modeled for Steve Sadowski. Yeah, that's true, it happened. So, first up, we've got Infinity, what is this thing called? I almost called it Infinity Gauntlet. Infinity Countdown. We're near up to the end here. This has been a heck of a lot of fun, this series. I'm enjoying the heck out of it. Not the best thing in the world, not the worst thing in the world. Well, clearly not the worst thing in the world. I'm quite enjoying it. We're looking forward to where this is going. This is going to lead into the next big Infinity stuff. I can't praise it too much, but it's a decent read. It's a lot of fun if you're a big fan of Thanos and the Infinity Stones and all that stuff. Fun stuff. It is still really weird to me they're calling Infinity Stones instead of Infinity Gems now, but I get it. Marvel needs to keep up with what's going on with the movies and all that. This issue, it looks like we're getting a little bit of a that guy's art, whose name I'm totally drawing a blank on, Mark Deodato, yeah, great artist. Need to see him do some intro stuff there. Yeah, although it actually says Mark Hawthorne's the artist. Next up, I got Justice League number 4. Got this cool Jim Lee Wonder Woman cover I'm really excited about. Jim Lee has been doing these really cool variant issue covers for each issue. I love this whole scheme of the almost no trade dress. It's all cover art. How fantastic is that? I think it's this Jorge Jimenez guy who's doing the interior arts. We're looking forward to this. This has been the Scott Snyder Justice League series that's all taken place based off of what happened in Metal. A lot of fun. If you have any love of Scott Snyder, you got to get this stuff. He's doing a great job of really reinvigorating the DC universe to where it used to be and reincorporating old concepts from the DCU. I'm really, really liking it. Oh, and incidentally, I realized that the volume level on the last one was kind of crappy because basically I wasn't speaking up a lot, and there's a bit of more of a distance between me and the phone now. Yes, I film all these just on my phone. I don't have fancy equipment anymore. Next up, we got Damage number 7. So this will be the first issue that's not in the soon-to-be or already solicited trade paperback edition. I am sort of torn now. I'm going to start moving towards trades. I don't know. Damage has been a heck of a lot of fun. Now, I've mentioned in the past one of the fun things about this concept, the New Age of Heroes. One of the values is this is a $2.99 book, and I don't believe that Marvel or DC is putting out anything that's $2.99 other than this line of the New Age of Heroes books. The basic premise behind this is adhering to the old school Marvel way of books, where the writer is almost the least influential in the story overall. The writer sends in a basic plot, the artist draws the entire story, basically creating the entire story dynamics, and then the writer comes along and scripts it afterwards. The weird thing about this, as I've mentioned in the past, is that the artists aren't the stable elements of these story creative teams. It's the writers, so it's really weird they've decided to do this. But a lot of fun. Who's the artist in this issue? Nieves or whatever. It's been a fun book. Damage is basically if you put the Hulk and Hourman into one character. You got this character who can be like a super Hulk of the DC universe, but only for an hour at a time. So he's incredibly powerful. Superman has referred to him as the most powerful being he's encountered, which, you know, he says that all the damn time. But, yeah, fun book. I'm quite enjoying it. Next up, we got Brave and the Bold, the last issue of this fantastically looking Liam Sharp series. I actually stopped reading after issue 1. I just fell behind my reading. And so I'm going to read them all now that I've got the latest issue and just sit down and pound them out. So I can't wait. It sort of sounded like I was talking about masturbation, and I wasn't in the normal sense. I'm a bit of a nerd, so you could consider this nerd masturbation. But, well, I was going to say there might not be a happy ending, but I'm sure there will be. Liam, I'm sure you'll deliver. Next up, we got, man, that was a weird thing to say. Next up, I got Avengers, issue 5. This is the new Jason Aaron run of Avengers, a book I'm quite enjoying. It's bizarre, the parallels between this Avengers run and the Scott Snyder Justice League run. They're dealing with big, weird, cosmic beings. The whole fate of the universe is at stake, and, I mean, that's basically the exact same plot from No Justice. Next up, we got New Challengers number 3. I'm really excited about this, particularly because the last issue, spoiler alert if you're an issue behind or if you're at all interested, they brought back the original Challengers. So I'm really excited about this, and I'll give you another shot of that cover without the glare. This is a mini-series, which is cool to see from the New Age of Heroes. Only going to be 6 issues, and I'm really happy about that because it still maintains the $2.99 price tag. And this is but also a Scott Snyder book, art by one of the Kubert brothers. I'm really looking forward to this, and there you go. Right in the first page there, you got a bunch of somebody getting punched in the face. That's what you want to see in a superhero book, somebody getting punched in the face. Next up, we got Future Quest, issue 12. Hey, look at that guy. Remember that guy, Frankenstein Jr.? Future Quest has been absolutely fantastic. It's a super bummer to me that the series didn't totally take over the world of comic books and just make everybody lose their shit over how awesome it is, because this book is super awesome. It's too bad this is one of the last issues, not actually the last issue. And last, but certainly not least, Mage, the hero denied. The last part of the Mage saga, it would seem. At least that's what Matt Wagner is saying. I'm sure I'm holding this weird, like a dead fish, like I'm afraid it's going to fall on my feet or something. Mage has been a lot of fun. I'll be the first to admit that it has never been as good as the first series. The first series of Mage was just beyond its time. Wagner produced probably the best art of his entire series. of his entire career anyways. He's a much better overall creator now than he was when he first created Mage, the Hero Found, I think it was called. Something like that. Mage the Hero something. They've all been Mage the Hero something. But man, it was a different era, and he had, I mean, his art style changed rapidly as the series evolved to the point where you got the last issue. His art was just unbelievable. Still a lot of fun, and I do relate quite a bit to Mage. I'm French-Canadian. Wagner, I believe, lives in Quebec. He's this guy who's kind of beefy, likes wearing black t-shirts, and lost his hair. So I relate to Mage quite a bit. I'm enjoying the series. It's something I've grown up with now. I mean, I'm 48, and I started reading this stuff when I was like 13 or something. So, you know, I love everything about Mage, but I'll be the first to admit it's not nearly as good as it was when it first came out. That is to say that a little bit of the spark has been lost. It seems a little bit more of a controlled sort of pseudo-biography now. Well, so there you have it. Those are my comics for the day. Sorry I kept on looking over here a little bit. I should be looking here and paying attention to you guys there. But I'm trying to pay attention to the monitor. You know, this is me looking at the monitor. Yeah. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Toodle frickin' oo.